Okay, I'll play with this knucklehead a little bit tonight. So the problem we were having was that we had a lack of inplay. So by a lot. So these flywheels are wider than they need to be. Plus when I cut the cases a little bit, they made them narrower than they need to be. So between two of those, we got about a 35-40 thousandths error that we got to deal with. I was going to cut down some washers to make them thinner, which is going to be a lot of work. Basically, to grind them down. But I was thinking, how much thicker are these in stock? Because this thing sticks way the hell up in the air. And that washer is way sunk down, and it shouldn't be that deep. And that would definitely cause a lot of my issues when they're down that low. Now this one over here, you see that's pretty close to being flush like it's supposed to be. This one here is super deep down. So I was wondering if we had an issue with some of these replacement parts not being made correctly. It's hard to believe, but you know, we'll see. Alright, so I'm going to take my calipers here, measure the depth. Clearance here we got, roughly got 23 thou. So if you zero that out, you don't do any math. Go ahead and push down straight on that and measure it. 44 thou, too tall. Yeah, that's about how much clearance we need to make this thing work. Okay, so if we take 40 thou off the end of that thing right there, that would do a lot to help our situation. Now that's going to move the crank probably to the right a little bit, I think, but I'm not sure, but that'd be a little bit of it. The other problem we had is that the dowel pins on here are sticking up higher than what the thrust washer is on a thin thrust washer, so that's a problem too. So the washer goes down to what, 62 thou is that thin one, I think. 67, 69, 67, 61 thousandths. So that means the dowel pin on there should be less than, should be sticking up no more than 60 thousandths, preferably less than that. So that's this dowel pin right here that holds the washer from sliding, from rotating. That's why they have a hole right there, keeps it from rotating. So right now we are more than 60 thousandths. I think we're about 67 or 8, I think is what we measured the other day, as I recall. 63 that time. Sharp. Quit moving. $65. So if I take a hammer and beat on that, maybe it'll move in a little bit. I don't want it too hard, I'll bend the crank. That could be a problem too. A couple taps over here and see if it goes in a little deeper. Sounds pretty hard. Yeah, those aren't moving. Those are pretty solid hits I'm doing. So that means I got to cut them. That one's 69 thousandths tall. Oof. The last thing I want to do is cut on a flywheel that's already clean and fully assembled. It's kind of crap you do before you clean them all up. 62 that time. $62. So this one here is right at the limit. This one over here is sticking way up in the air. Luckily this one here I can get to it with a grinder and knock it down a little bit. Alright, so that needs to be ground on slightly with something that's going to take some material off. I'm not sure what that is going to look like. Something. Yeah. This is not what I really want to do on a new crank. Okay, just over to here, spin it around a little bit. Keep it on the rod set at least. I can clean it outside the fly without a problem. I want to clean the rod set, take all the oil out of the bearings. Okay, we need is an airline. One of these right here. Yeah, tripod's in the way. Just a little small grinder. Ah, a little work right there. Looks small. Do not hit the bearing area. Too rounded. Don't like that one. Let's go find something else to use. This has a more flat area to run on, a little narrower. Of course, I'm going to use the side of it. Same deal, stay off the bearing. Alright. $64. Not enough. $39 now. Okay. A little gritty. Yeah, I killed it more than I wanted to, but better to be thin than big. Let me do the ear nozzle. We'll be cleaning out a little better than that. $45 that time. Hold it parallel to the crank. $39. Okay, that one's cut. This one over here, a little bit harder to get to. Don't need much off this one, just a little kiss. Problem is getting into it. Ah, good, it'll come in the same way. $61 still. 55 that time. 58. Alright, that's enough. Obviously we didn't want to do that, but I had no choice. Okay, now I get to clean those up real good, and we'll be back.